Tevat, we have a problem. Well, almost. Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we are back playing Genshin and we are doing our Swords Only challenge. This is a challenge run where I can only use sword characters. So this run almost, at worst, came to an end, but at the very least faced a long delay. But we'll get to that in a bit. Last time we left off, we had just gotten to Liyue, and boy does Liyue have it all. We watched the Rite of Dissension, we ran from the cops, we enlisted the help of the Adepti. Off to a great start in a new region. Well, it was a great start, but it almost did put this run to an end. And that end starts with Cloud Retainer. So after going and talking to Moon Carver, we were tasked with finding Cloud Retainer and the Conqueror of Demon Xiao to let them know about the situation that was happening in Liyue and see if they would help us as well. So we made our way toward Cloud Retainer's abode, doing some exploration along the way. And once we arrived, we made a food offering for Cloud Retainer. This seemed to work and revealed the entrance to her domain. Once inside, we found our problem. This Pyro pillar. There's no way to activate it. There's no flame nearby that we could catch ourselves on fire and swirl to light it up. We don't have any Pyro characters, obviously, so we can't continue the story. On top of all of this, there are only 3 Pyro sword characters in Genshin right now. One is the Pyro Traveler, who is not only locked behind a region, but locked behind most of that region's Archon quest, so Pyro Traveler just isn't even an option. Another of the Pyro characters is Durin, who just had his banner in 6.2, so with this happening in 6.3, it was going to be a long time, at least, before we saw a rerun. The final Pyro sword character is Bennett. Bennett is a 4-star, so there's always the chance that we could pull Bennett on the standard banner, but it's low. A 4-star usually occurs once in every 10 pulls on the standard banner, but that's any 4-star. There are over 100 4-star weapons, and there are 49 4-star characters. Bennett is a 1 in 181, or a 0.55% chance to pull on the standard banner. That's right, less than 1%. And that's every 10 pulls. So for the time being, I decided that I would at least wrap up Zhao's side of this quest. So we headed over to the inn where we meet Zhao, but he is a bit standoffish at first. In the ensuing wild goose chase, we learn what food he likes, track down a little ghost girl, and return a chef to his kitchen. Zhao agrees to at least speak to the other Adepti about the situation, and that's as far as we can get for now. So I figured I would at least start the exploration primo grind to save up for either Durin returning or trying to get some standard banner pulls or Bennett showing up on a banner at some point with elevated pull rates. So off to exploration grind. I helped some Sealies near the portal to the Spiral Abyss and then headed to the Spiral Abyss myself. We grabbed some treasure and an animoculi, and then made our way into the abyss. After clearing floors 1 and 2, I did a couple standard banner pulls just in case the Archons were smiling down upon me. And they were. Well, kind of. We pulled Xingqiu, who's actually a pretty great pickup for this team. We don't have any Hydro characters so far, but we do have Kaya and Kirara, who can both create reactions with Hydro. So Xingqiu, pretty good addition to the team. I leveled him up to 40 and equipped some artifacts and a weapon for him. Next, we raised his weapon to level 50. I continued the exploration grind. I also realized that I hadn't started any reputation quests in Mondstadt, so I took on a couple of those commissions in the meantime. And then 6.4 happened. And 6.4 brought Varga. Now, Varga himself, obviously not helpful to this challenge. He is a Claymore user. Doesn't work for this challenge where we only use sword characters. However, his banner featured Bennett. Pulling for a specific character, always risky. Pulling for a specific 4-star character, still super risky, even on the Event Wish banner where they have slightly elevated pull rates. We have to be very, very, very lucky, and I wasn't exactly rolling in primos at the time. We were at least only at 11 pity, so accidentally pulling Varka, the chances are low. That's a good thing. We don't want to waste our 5-star on a character we can't even use. So with 20 wishes, 16 wishes, and 700-ish primo gems, I did my first 10 pull. And got jungling. Any other time, great pull. This time, not so much. And then I did my next 10 pull. And we got a 4-star pole arm. Things weren't looking great. The next 5 wishes, all 3-star weapons. So we had one more shot before having to head back to the exploration grind. I'm not kidding when I tell you that I literally said "fuck yeah" out loud when this happened. I've never been so excited to pull Bennett. I don't think I've ever been so excited to pull any character in Genshin except for maybe like Hu Tao. Besides allowing the story to progress, which is huge. I mean, this challenge is just over if we can't make it through the story. We now actually have a really solid team and a great mix of elements to choose from. Hypothetically, we have access to every element except for Electro until we get to Inazuma. So I leveled Bennett up, gave him a weapon, some artifacts, and we headed back to Cloud Retainer's abode. We made our way through, got an audience with Cloud Retainer, and temporarily saved Liyue from utter destruction. I then backtracked through Mondstadt to get some chests that I had previously been unable to get due to not having a Pyro character. Here is our current team. We also have Jean, Kirara, and Lynette on deck as well. I am so glad we were able to get over this hurdle. We really beat the odds on this one. It is like honestly kind of a miracle that we're able to progress in as short of a time as what happened. Next time we will continue through the Liyue story with our brand new team. I hope you had fun today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye everybody!